What's up, everybody? Welcome back to a special edition of the Power Hour. And I'm pleased to be joined by none other than my guy, Colsten Thompson. What's going on, Colsten? How you doing, man?
What's up, man? I'm good. Just chilling on Sunday night, man.
For sure, bro. For sure, man. Appreciate you joining me, man. Taking time out of your busy schedule to join the Power Hour with me, man. But just start out by go ahead and introducing yourself to everybody out there who may not know who you are.
Yeah, so I'm Colsten Thompson, Director of Player Development and Recruiting at Alabama, the University of Alabama. I say that because I started my career at the University of Alabama in Huntsville.
Okay.
So I born in Huntsville or Hartsville, close to Huntsville, Alabama. Going on year 6 in coaching, year 2 at Alabama. Last year I was in a little different role. It was still basically director of recruiting, but now I'm director of player development and recruiting. So going into year 2, year 6 overall. So I'm just, really blessed to be able to, be in this position in this career field, and also blessed with a wife, and I got a little one on the way. We just found out she's a girl. So, life's really good right now. Just moving along.
Congratulations, man, on the little one, man.
Yeah, no, we excited.
Girl dad, huh?
Finally, man. I was hoping it would be too.
Yeah. So just kind of talk about your journey into coaching, man. I know everybody has their own different pathway into their own specific careers, but kind of talk about what led you into coaching, man.
Yeah, I don't think anyone that is in this career had a simple way of getting here. I think everybody's story is crazy to the own extent. Mine is a little like roller coaster. Like it's high mountains, low mountains, just trying to get to where I'm at now. So, played in high school, played in college, played at Tennessee, was Martin Methodist, it's Tennessee Southern now, I changed the name. Then I went and I played at Wallace State. After that, I transferred to UAH to somewhat start focusing on career field, which was engineering at the time. And then on the side, I was doing this little semi-pro deal, just playing, making a little bit of money, a little gas money type of deal. Still was playing ball though. It's called the NABL. It's a little league here in the North American Basketball League, I think is what it stood for. So I was just doing that on the side, going to school, and then started training. So that's kind of how I got in. It was just a lot of, skills training, had a lot of kids I was just working with. Then it kind of moved over into the college players and stuff like that at UAH, just working with them. Started on the men's side a lot, just working with a whole bunch of the men's guys. And then I moved over into the girls side, and I was just doing both. And then, the opportunity presented itself on the women's side by the coach, just asking me to join their staff as kind of like a player development role. But my intentions was just to get a scholarship, have school paid for, and continue studying engineering. And I got into it about 4 months into my first year, and I was like, man, this is what I want to do. So I walked into my head coach's office. I was like, what do you think if I just went and changed my major? And I was 2 years in engineering, so I was close to getting done. She was like, I think it would be really disappointing if you didn't do this, for your career. Like, I think you would be missing out on an opportunity to really do something that you can make a difference doing it. So I heard that, and I went and switched my major, and then it was kind of all uphill from there. I did one more year there on the side, doing all my skills training. I had a couple really good players I was working with that was in high school in the area. One player in particular, I won't say her name, but we worked a lot. I got introduced to a couple college coaches by her, and then that kind of led to an opportunity for me to go to Louisiana Tech. I was offered a GA spot there, so went over to be a GA for just a year over there. Did that for a year. Learned some really good things over there. That's where I met my wife. And then after just about 10 months there, I got offered a assistant position at Lipscomb University in Nashville. So me and my wife wasn't even married, barely engaged at all. And we got engaged early, by the way. So got engaged early, wasn't even engaged long at all. I got that offer, and she decided to move with me. So we both packed our bags, barely knowing each other, to be honest with you. We just knew it felt right. And then we both moved to Nashville. We were there for about a solid year. First year as an assistant went great, man. Took over a lot of the recruiting stuff there. kind of just dove into the development side. I've been doing that the whole time, but the recruiting was what really took off for me as far as a learning aspect went. And then Alabama came calling, and then the rest is history. That's why I'm here on year 2 going in. So it's been a long journey, but man, I'm really blessed just by the people I've met and the places I've been.
So kind of talk about your relationship with you guys head coach, Coach Curry. I mean, I know she's had some success over the years, and her tenure there at Alabama, she's been there, I think, like, how long? Over 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know it's been a great long time. So just kind of talk about your relationship and your connection to her, man.
Yeah, she's been here since 2013. So it's been a while. If I'm not wrong, I think she's been at the SEC longer than any other head coach in the SEC. At one spot. So before that, she was at Texas Tech and then Purdue. I mean, she ain't been bouncing around a lot. It's been a lot of commitment to one program and just making it really good. So but other than that, so she started her career was kind of at La Tech in a sense. She got the start there basically, and then from there she went to be a head coach at Purdue. So she was coaching, coached my head coach that I worked for at La Tech. So I knew a lot about Coach Christie from my time at La Tech, just because they were really close still, and I'd always hear things about her and stuff, man. And what's really crazy is she started her career at a small high school that just so happens my wife graduated from. That graduated like maybe 30 people, man. Crazy. So like that was like the one thing that stood out, because I'm one of those people. I'm like, man, like I'm gonna pray about stuff, and I'm gonna like listen to God. I'm gonna look for signs, just like all the signs showing, like, man, like she's obviously a great coach, but just a human. The people that she's been around, growing as a coach, man, it's just like you can't turn that opportunity down. Plus, I'm from Alabama, so but she's given me so many opportunities since I've been here. Just put me in a lot of different challenges, but like, just after being here for 1 year, put me on the road as a recruiter. I mean, it's pretty big time whenever you're out on the road recruiting for SEC school, and I guess you're 28 years old. I mean, I think it's an amazing blessing. So she just puts me in situations every day, man, to make me better, and she's just preparing me to be a coach or whatever the next position, opportunity, whatever it is happens. So great person though. Love her.
So you guys finished 20-11 last season, 9-7 I think in conference, and you guys win a loaded conference. I mean, the national champion comes from you guys' conference in LSU. You got South Carolina over there. I mean, so the SEC is loaded in every sport. But kind of talk about last season and how have you guys kind of used that? I know you did go to the NCAA tournament, I believe, Baylor, which is a high quality program. So just kind of talk about that experience in your first season, and how have you guys kind of used last season as inspiration and motivation heading into this season?
Yeah, so personally for me, I didn't get here till September. It's like middle end September. So, and the season starts in November. So I was walking into a situation I didn't really, I knew a little bit about, but I didn't really know many of the players. I didn't really know how the coaching staff was. I didn't know much. So I knew that this was going to be like, all right, you need to just sit back, you need to figure it out, and you need to watch and learn and listen. So that was my experience. Obviously as the season went on, I got more involved with a lot of different things. I became more comfortable. The last thing I ever want to do is step into a program, just because I have been to a couple in my 6 years, and just start trying to do things because everybody's got their different way of doing it. So that was my personal experience. But obviously that's a growing opportunity whenever you're thrown in the fire like that. So as far as the team goes, we had another WNBA draft pick. We had one last year. We had another one this year, Brittany Davis, that got drafted. So that's really cool when you're thinking about recruiting stuff, and then, just talking about just type of players that you have in your program and stuff like that. But, going into last season, we had a lot of expectations. One of them was to win 20 games, which is a success. Any team, any you know, in any program, any conference, like that's a success. So when we got that, we're like, all right, that's big time. We made it into the tournament, big time. So we had a couple players graduate. We have 6 new faces this year, returning 5. So you got more new players this year than you do returners, which is okay. It's okay. So you got a whole bunch of different backgrounds and stuff coming from every which way. So going into this year, man, you know, we got to go to Spain and we played, and we went to the foreign tour, went to Barcelona, Valencia, Madrid, got to really get close to each other, you know, and so that really helped, man. And when I tell you the way they played over there, you would have thought they've been playing together for like 10 years, like everyone in sync with each other, everyone knowing each other's tendencies. Like, I think it was just amazing to watch. So it's got you really fired up, like to go into this season. But like you said, the SEC is very competitive, man. And there's been a lot of movement just this past summer with different players going to different teams. And, you know, I just think it's going to be really cool to go into it. You got things to expect of your team, but you're going into it with like, all right, you know, we did this last year. We can do it again. We can do it even better, especially with the coaching staff that we have and the recruits that we brought in, and the people returning. I mean, it's just a solid group.
So kind of talk about some of the young ladies that make up this year team, if you don't mind.
So Essence Cody, she's a McDonald's All-American, top 25 kid. She came in. She's a freshman. Coming in with Rachel Douglas. She's a top 50 kid out of North Carolina. And then we got an in-state kid that came in, another post player. So all those kids are 6 foot plus. I mean, that's huge. If you look at our lineup, man, we got like maybe 3 players that are under 6 foot. So we take up a lot of room on the floor. We're really fast, and you know, a lot of athleticism on our team. Those 3 freshmen are going to be huge for us. We have the other 3 transfers. Meg Newman, Jessica Timmons from North Carolina, and Deljanae Williams. So she's a 5th year. So they're all coming in with those 3 with experience and have played at a high level. And then our returners, man, you know, a lot of them were coming back. One of them, Aaliyah Knives, she led the SEC in 3-point percentage last year. Laurel McQueen's going to be a point guard. Sarah Ashley Barker, transferred from Georgia. That's going to bring to like tremendous leadership. So, man, we just got, I could keep naming them. I mean, it's just so many great kids that's coming back and that's coming in for this new year. So, yeah, no, it's going to be good for us. We got a lot of good depth.
So, personally, you know, what are some of your goals or your aspirations that you want to achieve, whether it be in this specific career that you're in right now, or whether it be outside of this career? You know, what are some of the goals that you have for yourself personally?
Yeah, so for me, you know, I just want to get back to, honestly, my position right now, Director of Player Development and Recruiting, like I'm cool with it because I'm doing everything that I was doing at Lipscomb, I mean, as an assistant. You know, I'm out on the road recruiting. I'm on the floor working girls out, coaching, you know, just doing everything that a normal assistant would do. So right now I'm just learning. I'm still 28 years old. So, I mean, you know, it's still a lot to be learned for me. But, you know, way down the road, I just want to be an associate head coach. Like that's my goal. Maybe it turns into a head coach, but right now I'm just like associate head coach. Like that's where I want to be at. You know, obviously work my way up to that. But and then personally, I'm just trying to like I said, my daughter's coming, so I'm just like I got a new focus, man. I'm just like, I want her to be so happy and so proud for me. I just want her to enjoy the people she's around. You know, I'm in a great room with great people here. Like, you know, the players, the staff, like it's people I'm very comfortable with her being around. So, you know, that means a lot to me. And my wife's very involved. So those are all like really important to me. So, you know, the mindset's kind of shifted a little bit, but that's kind of whenever I look at long term, like that's the goals I got for myself.
So, you know, outside of, you know, being on the court, being in the office, you know, what's some of the things you like to do for fun, you know, in your spare time?
Man, all right, I love to cook.
Okay, what you cooking? What you cooking, man?
All right, tonight I made chicken parmesan casserole.
Okay.
Yeah, it turned out really fire too, man. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, my Sundays I get a little creative. During the week though, it's simple,
You
man.
got time for that, huh?
Nah, I try to eat healthy. I do the 80-20 deal. 80% of the time you eat healthy, 20% of the time, you enjoying life.
You're
So
loose, yeah.
yeah, man, I play music, play drums, play guitar. I work out, like I said, like
Yeah.
I stay like in the weight room, but I'm also on the court. Like I don't want any of these players thinking they can beat me 1-on-1. Like that's fine. I really am like that, and they might can. I promise you. I bet you some of the players on our team can beat me 1-on-1. Like so, I'm like in my mind though they can't. So I want to keep it like that. As long
They
as I
do
stay
this
on.
every day, though. That's fun, man. They do this every day.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they got one up on me. So, but yeah, no, that's. I'm simple. Being a coach takes a lot of your time. So, aside from hanging out with my wife and family, those are the other things I got time to do.
If you weren't a coach, what do you think you would be doing?
Man, I think I would have honestly probably continued going down that engineering path, but I know I would have quit in probably like 2 or 3 years. So I'm gonna say I'd probably own a facility, and I'd probably do my skills training. I'd just start the business up, man, and just bring in kids from all over the country. And if I ever got out of coaching, that's exactly what I would do, because I have great relationships with a lot of great college coaches and know a lot of players. So I think I could excel in that. So I don't plan on getting out of coaching, but like that's my backup plan.
Oh yeah, you're not going nowhere, Just
Nah.
I mean, everybody clearly knows Alabama for, the football program. If you want to be honest about it, but what would you say? How are you ladies? How and you guys, because you clearly, but how's the team? I should say, how are you trying to change that narrative of of not just fans coming out to support Coach Saban and the team, but coming out for you guys as well?
That's a good question. There's not a lot of places, man, that at least to my knowledge, that you have literally almost every sport at your school winning. You know what I mean? Like football wins, and everyone knows that, but so does softball, so does men's basketball.
I was lit last year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Gymnastics, man. Like I've been living here besides Louisiana and Tennessee, I've lived here my whole life, and I ain't never heard like how big gymnastics really was till I got here. So what we're trying to do, man, to change the narrative is just get Alabama out there, like women's basketball out there. First is like social media, like showing our players, because our players got great personalities, man. Like people love girls that can hoop and like that have great personalities. So and with the way women's basketball is just becoming across the country, is really popular right now. So I think it's a great opportunity, great timing to get social media popping off for us. So we've hired some people that do that internally for us. That's helped us a whole lot. And then recruiting, like you just want these kids to come to campus, man. Yesterday, we had like probably 70 people here for our Tennessee game. Like, not 70 recruits, but man, you had the families, all that. So just getting them here, man. And, there were some high level kids. You just want them to see, like, look at the fandom, like, look at the support, look at the resources, like, look at my head coach, like, look at our coaching staff, look at our players, like, our players doing TikToks with all the recruits, like, having fun with it during the photo shoots, like, my head coach taking time to talk to every single person that, like, it's a lot here. I think in the past, it just hadn't been out. No one's ever seen it, unless they came here. If you didn't come here, you didn't see it, because you were so like, oh, football, men's basketball, so, and they've done a great job of laying the whole foundation for every other sport here to just, take what they've got and take their momentum and help apply it to what we're doing, because they've helped attract such great fan bases and people here. So I think it's just a great opportunity, great timing, really.
And you say 70 people, but yeah, like basketball is only a 15 to 20 person roster. So
Yeah.
7 people being there for a basketball visit is a lot of people.
Yeah, man. I mean, it was younger kids ranging to older kids. You had them coming in from different classes and stuff, but like, yeah, like, and you just want them to see it early too. I mean, like what we're building, because I think it's so cool for them to see the beginning, which I wouldn't even say we're in the beginning. I think we've already got a lot of momentum, but see it now compared to whenever it's time for them to figure out, what their deal is after high school.
So my last question for you, man, will be just kind of talk about personally for you. What has been your biggest motivational factor for you along this journey for you, man?
I would say I'm just like really goal oriented. So I've just like always been that person that wanted to, if I had a goal, I wanted to figure out how to do it, whether it was playing after high school, creating my own business. Like, man, I worked at Texas Roadhouse, trying to figure out how can I make basketball a job and be able to figure out how to make money doing it. And so I did that on the side when I just created my own little plan of how can I create this business and how can I get my name out there and how can I show people like I've studied this game. I know how to help you. I can do it. And then the blueprint and then figuring it out and then being able to do that, and then going into college, not ever thinking about being a college coach, but then it just happening because I put the work in and goals just change as you get older and you start seeing different things. And then, it's crazy. I get to Lipscomb and I'm like, man, like what's my next move? Like I'm an assistant now. I love it here. Christian school, like that's right up my alley. But I'm like, what do I really want, man? I started praying about, I'm like, I want to be in a position where I can continue to move up, take care of my family. And I want to be in my home state at the University of Alabama. Like I put that on everything. I prayed for that. And then I figured out how to make it work by a couple things and it worked out. And now I'm here, and then it's from here, just figuring out, all right, how do I, get to that next goal. My next goal is being on the road recruiting for Alabama. Now I'm doing it. Now it's like, all right, how can we get Alabama out there? Like you're saying, well, we still doing that, but we're going to figure it out, So I think it's a team effort, but like personally, like that's been my biggest drive is just being goal oriented and always just wanting to just do what I set out to do and be all in with it.
Shout out to you, man. Future's bright for you, brother, and I'm glad that we got the call. I appreciate you joining me here on the Power Hour, man. Good luck to you all this season. I know the season opener is coming up, and I think in a couple of weeks, right?
Yeah, man. We actually got a scrimmage next weekend, so that'll be good for us to get another feel for it. And then I think the November 6th or 8th. Something like it's one of those single digits in November we start, but it's a home game, man. We're playing UAH first game, my alma mater. So
okay.
Yeah, so it's gonna be
special
fun. It's gonna be a special one, man.
That's what's up, man. That's what's
Mm-hmm.
up. Well, congratulations, man, once again on the expecting of your child, man, and
appreciate that.
Season, man, and we'll be crossing paths again, man.
For real, man. I respect what you do. I appreciate everything, man.
Appreciate that, man. Take it easy, bro.
Absolutely. You too.
All right, man.
All right, man.